So most aesthetic clinics think that they need more leads. And honestly, that's almost never the problem. See, the real problem is what happens in 47 minutes between when a lead comes in and when someone finally responds. And that 47-minute gap is costing you more money than your entire marketing budget. So in the next 12 minutes or so, I'm going to show you exactly where your revenue is disappearing to. See, I'm going to show you math, okay? And I'm going to show you why this has nothing to do with lead quality and everything to do with operational infrastructure. So if this is your first time here, hello, my name is Sansia and I am the founder of Lux Intelligence. I spent over 14 years inside salons, spas, clinics. In my early 20s, I have built a six-figure business as a hairstylist. But I started out working at an aesthetic clinic as the front desk coordinator. I've managed schedules, handled bookings, I've watched how money moves through these businesses. And now I dive revenue systems for aesthetic clinics, generating $800K to $1 million a year. And I'm gonna tell you right now, okay, I don't do marketing, I don't do ads. I find the operational breakdowns inside your clinics that are quietly bleeding revenue every single month. I'm talking about the kind of revenue that doesn't show up on a dashboard, okay? The kind that is invisible until someone runs a diagnostic and shows you the math. So if you're an aesthetic clinic owner and you are spending $5,000 a month on ads, on marketing, and your revenue still ain't moving, then I need you to stop scrolling, okay? Because this right here, this is for you. Before we get into this, I want to give Lux Intelligence a huge shout out for sponsoring this video. And I'm gonna tell y'all now, there is a philosophy that I live by. We diagnose your business first and then we build the infrastructure. Never guessing, okay? Honestly, what is the point of installing a system if you don't know what your specific business actually needs? So come on in and let's get to it. So here's when I see when a clinic owner calls me. They always say, we need more leads, or our Facebook ads aren't converting, and we're spending $4,000 a month on marketing and we're not seeing the ROI. So they want to spend more, okay? They want better ads and on different platforms, and they want influencer partnerships. But when I actually look under the hood, let me tell you what I find. They already have leads, okay? The leads are already there. It's sitting in their CRM, all right? It's sitting in their Instagram DMs, okay? It's sitting in their email box, just sitting there completely unanswered. And it's almost like running ads to fill your waiting room while your front door is locked. Can't nobody get in. It's like pouring water into a bucket with holes at the bottom. You understand what I'm saying? You're not losing money because you don't have enough leads. The leads are already there, right? You're losing money because your clinic has no operational system to respond to the leads you already paying to acquire. Like, make it make sense. So now here's the part, most aesthetic clinic owners, they don't realize is that the delay is costing you more than you think. Okay, so let me show you how this breaks down operationally. So a lead comes in, all right, from a website form, an Instagram DM, a phone call, or whatever the case is. They come in, all right, and then nothing happens. Nothing happens for 30 minutes, an hour, sometimes 6 hours, sometimes until the next business day, child. When sun done went down and the sun came up. And here's what's happening during that delay. All right, that lead is cooling off. It's no longer hot. It is definitely cooling off. Their interest is fading. Okay, they're already calling your competitor. Michael down the street that has his clinic, Susan, Karen down the street that has their clinic. Yeah, baby, they already called them. They called them, and they're already second guessing, your price. They're already second guessing everything because nobody is there to talk to them. They're already thinking or talking themselves out of it. And by the time someone from your team responds, the conversation window has closed. Okay, not because the lead was bad, but because your clinic has no response infrastructures. And this isn't just what I've observed in clinics. right? The research backs it up. Harvard Business Review and on InsideSales.com published a study tracking lead response time across thousands of service businesses. Okay, and here's what they found. If you respond to a lead within 5 minutes, you are 21 times more likely to qualify that lead than if you respond in 30 minutes. 21 times. Not 2 times, okay, not 5 times, 21 times. That 5 minute window is everything inside your aesthetic clinic. And most aesthetic clinics respond in 45 minutes, child. You'll be surprised. 45 minutes. Some respond in 2 hours. Some respond the next day. Which means you're losing 95% of your conversion potential before you even start the conversation. Let me show you what this actually looks like inside a real clinic that I had diagnosed, okay? So the clinic profile was a multi-room aesthetic clinic. There were 3 treatment providers there, and their monthly marketing spend was $4,500. And the lead source was Facebook ads and Instagram. So the owner had told me that she wasn't getting enough leads. All right, she told me she wasn't getting enough leads. So I asked to see her CRM. And what I found was 47 unanswered inquiries from the last 90 days. 47 leads. Some of them high ticket package inquiries. $3,500 treatment series, y'all. Okay. 2,800 consultation requests. And nobody had followed up. Not a single soul. Now, when I explain this to clinic owners, they usually say something like, but my team is busy, or, they're with patients, or they can't drop everything to respond to every lead. And they're right. You're absolutely right. This isn't a people problem, is my point. It's a systems problem. The leads, baby, they came in. The leads came in, they got logged in the CRM, and then they just sat there. No automated response, no follow-up sequence, no notification systems, nothing. So even if 20% of these 47 leads had converted, that's 9 clients. An average package value of $3,000, that's $27,000 in missed revenue. Sitting in the CRM, okay? While the owner was spending $4,500 a month trying to generate more leads that she already had sitting in her CRM. So you're probably wondering, well, how did you fix this? Well, we built an instant response system. Okay, the second a lead comes in, they get an email trail, okay, and they get a text within 60 seconds. Not a generic, thanks for reaching out. No, a real response that acknowledges what they asked for and gives them a booking link. And guess what? If they didn't respond, they go into a timed follow-up sequence. All right? A timed follow-up sequence. So day 1 is the first follow-up. Day 3, we gave the potential client value. Day 7, final urgency. All right? And everything was automatic. Everything was automatic. Within 60 days, her lead to booking conversion rate went from 11% to 29%. Same lead source, same offer, same pricing. All right. She just responded faster. Okay. That's an additional $18,000 per month in booked revenue from fixing response time, not from buying more ads. Next question is always, well, how do I actually fix this? Right? And, it's not complicated. I'm here to tell you it's not complicated at all, but it does require you to build an operational infrastructure. Okay. And here's what a real lead response system looks like. So here's component number one. All right. Instant multi-channel response. The second a lead comes in, they get a response. All right. Email and SMS, both of them. All right. Within 60 seconds, a real response that says, we've got your inquiry about a treatment. Here's the pricing. Here's how to book a consultation if you're ready. All right. And that's what instant response means. Not when someone has time. Instantly. Okay. So, component number two, automated follow-up sequencing. If they don't respond to the first message, they go to a follow-up sequence. All right, not random. Okay, not whenever someone remembers. Automatic. So here's what that looks like. So 24 hours is the first follow-up. 72 hours will be a second follow-up with a different message angle. 7 days later, final follow-up with urgency. Each message is designed to move them closer to booking, and it happens whether your team is there or not. That's the beauty of it. All right. So, component number three, lead source monitoring. Every entry point into your clinic needs to be monitored. Okay, website forms, Instagram DMs, Facebook messages, phone calls, email inquiries, all of it. Okay, if a lead can come in and nobody sees it, you have a structural leak. And a structural leak costs money. So let's move on to component number four. All right, response time tracking. You need to know your average response time, pretty much. Not what you think it is, okay, what it actually is. And if you can't pull that number right now, you don't have visibility into the problem. You can't fix what you can't measure. If you're watching this and you're sitting there thinking, well, I have no idea how fast my clinic is responding to leads, no worries, because I've built something specifically for this. It's called the Ecstatic Clinic Revenue Leak Scorecard. Okay. It's free and it only takes 3 minutes. And it shows you exactly where your clinic is leaking revenue. It asks you questions about your lead response time, your follow-up systems, your conversion rates, your no-show protocols, and it calculates how much money your operational gaps are costing you every single month. Most clinic owners are shocked once they see their numbers. So in order for you to figure out your lost revenue in your clinic, then all you have to do is click the link in the description for the scorecard. Like I said, it's free and this will show you exactly where you're leaking your revenue. Here's what I want you to do today, okay? Run a quick diagnostic on your own clinic. I want you to do the following, okay? Submit a lead on your own website, like right now, okay? Fill out your contact form. Time how long it takes to get a response. Read what the response says, okay? Does it give clear next steps? Or does it say, we'll get back to you soon? If it's the second one, then you have a response problem. Number two, check your Instagram DMs, okay? Go back 30 days, all right? 30 days. Count how many unanswered inquiries are sitting there, all right? People who ask about pricing, people who ask about availability, people who ask about services, and those who never get a response. Now I want you to do the math, okay? If 10% of those had booked at your average treatment value, how much revenue did you lose? Write that number down. Test number three, I want you to calculate your lead to booking conversion rate, all right? How many leads did you get last month? How many of them booked? Divide bookings by leads. That is your conversion rate. If it's below 20%, you have a response infrastructure problem. Test number four, measure your response time. Have one of your friends or somebody you trust submit a lead inquiry. Okay, see how long it takes your team to respond. And if it's more than 5 minutes, you are losing conversion potential every single day. Now, look, I understand you're running a clinic. I get it. You're treating patients, you're managing a team. You don't have time to manually track every lead that comes in. Okay, I get it. But that is exactly the problem. You're not tracking it, you are simply losing it. And let's be honest, those lost leads are adding up to 15,000, 20,000, sometimes 40,000 a month in revenue you already paid to generate. So here's what I want you to do, okay? Run your clinic through the scorecard. The link is located in the description and it'll show you exactly where your clinic is leaking revenue, not just lead response, all 7 operational leaks. Lead response, website inquiries, no shows, consultation conversion, package follow up, membership retention, rebooking systems. Once you see the numbers, you'll know exactly where to start. Because what's my motto? You can't fix what you can't measure. So click the link in the description right now. Run the scorecard and let's stop bleeding revenue.